I also like how intense she is in having pie. I can relate to that. Maybe we'll have some effing pie. Yeah.
The Mercedes-Benz Interview Lounge.
Gotta remember, as a kid, the best Christmas goose I ever had was Darren Criss grabbing my ass.
Oh, that was, I can't beat that. That's just too good of an intro.
I'm so sorry. I didn't even know you were here. It's Darren Criss.
Hey! You didn't know I was there when I was goosing you. You don't know when I'm there.
I thought that was you. I thought that was you. It was either you or Cord Overstreet. I can't remember.
You're also showing your age by using goose as a verb, by the way.
Okay.
I don't think I've heard that in a while. You goosed me.
It is sort of antiquated.
There's a faction of listeners that are like, I don't know what that means. Is that Chandler and Joey's pet? That's about it. I think that's the only relationship they have.
All right. Well, now that you deflated me to the very, very depths of hell. Hey, so the reason why we invited you and begged you and you found time to come onto our show is we got to talk about your new Christmas album, A Very Darren Christmas.
Yes, yes, indeed.
If you're born with the name Chris, you gotta do
it was
Christmas
inevitable.
album.
It was inevitable. If you make records, it's every year I've had to not endure, but just I've enjoyed somebody texting me going, hey, I just came up with a crazy idea. Let's get this. All right. If you ever made a Christmas album, here's what you should call it. And I'm just sitting there nodding, going, okay, cool. No, you're the first person to ever think of that.
Well, but you did it.
I did it. I finally did it.
The beautiful thing about Christmas music, Christmas albums, everything Christmas is it's an escape to our childhood. We can go back. Some of the songs on your album, they're new. I've never heard them. And other ones, like I Want a Hippopotamus for Christmas. No one in their right mind would ever put that on their Christmas album. But
exactly. Well, so aside from the very painfully convenient pun of my last name, I did make this album very much just that. I did things that I didn't want to make an album that was just sort of a commercial cash grab. If I was going to do it, I wanted to have some sort of personal significance to me. And if you guys don't know by now from our years talking, like I tend to live kind of just left of center with stuff. If I'm going to do it, I want it to be just a little weird. So doing a song like that is very much part of that. And if I had my way, Elvis, I honestly would have made a whole album full of songs nobody has ever heard, but I'm not an idiot. I have to have the prerequisite songs that people are familiar with and then use those as sort of like a gateway drug to hopefully the ones that you never knew before, but they should sound and feel like you've known them your whole life.
Well, your album, I think, is a nice mix of this and that. I think it's incredible. But anyway, let's talk about Christmas while you're here. Go back to your childhood. Like what just pop whatever's in your head. Christmas at your house.
Christmas goose. So when you said that, I was like, I was the only kid I knew that had Christmas goose. My dad was was a total Anglophile. He used to live in England. We did a lot of English traditions. So like that sort of Dickensian, Victorian, like the Christmas goose, like that whole like cliche. We had like Christmas puddings. We had all this amazing like British spread we had goose night every year. That was like a huge thing in our house. And as I got older, I realized I was like the only guy that ate goose. But did you have goose growing up? Yeah, absolutely. Every once in a while, my mom would do a Christmas goose. The thing is, they render 8,000 gallons of fat. I mean, it's so much fat. There's a trick to doing it. But did you? So you did like figgy pudding. You did the puddings. Now, did you ever pop open a can of spotted dick? That's always a tradition in our house. Spotted dick. I guess that might just be your house, but I'm not going to say it can't happen at ours. Who knows? Maybe we'll open up traditions. Maybe we'll free your mind, and the rest will follow. Free my mind a bit. Yeah, man. I'll learn from. I'll say Elvis Duran told me so. I did the Kelly Clarkson show last week, and when I said I had a Christmas goose every year, she thought that we just procured a goose to like run around the house. Like it didn't even.
That would be awesome.
Well, yeah. Like you just have like a pet goose. Yeah, I was
she's from the farm.
There's no goose. There's no geese running around for Christmas in Texas.
Well, I will tell you this, Darren. We're all loving the album, but no one loves Christmas albums and music more than Danielle. Now, Danielle, what's your favorite Christmas album? Now that on top of Darren Chris's album, of course.
Yeah, so I absolutely love, you're gonna laugh, Justin Bieber's Christmas album is my all-time favorite. I think it's so good. And I love Gwen Stefani's Christmas album. I think that's awesome.
That one just came out last year, yeah.
Yeah, Dan and Shay have a bunch of really great songs that are out. There's a bunch of, I love Christmas music. I just love it. It makes me so happy
to do so many things that you're not encouraged to do the rest of the year. And for a guy like me, I'm like a genre-phile. Like I like standards. I like musical theater, but I like, messing with all genres and smushing them together. Any other place in the year, people are like, what? But this is actually the time of the year where like, give me the sleigh bells and the strings and the harmonies, and I want it to feel like Christmas. So leaning into that is kind of a joy for me, because you can't do that in March.
And by the way, he said joy, Elvis. By the way, just so you know, I was at the Thanksgiving Day parade and I saw you on the Kinder Joy float, and that was
so fun. That was
they actually sent me there. They
Really?
sent me there, so we were screaming our heads off when you came by. Yeah.
Oh, thank you. I had such a good time. What's crazy is you see such a small blip on television, but I had like a good 3 hours of like traversing central Manhattan on a float. And I had this really unique experience that nobody saw but me. Like just looking at thousands of people, buildings and the streets. It was so beautiful, man, to see everybody back in person again for like this classic American tradition. It's rad.
Well, as they say, the only way you should be going to a parade is if you're in it. Otherwise, it's a pain in the ass.
What they say.
I loved being there. I loved it.
Watch it on Channel 4. Okay, you do The Man with the Sack with Adam Lambert. That's one of my favorite songs. Is it The Man with the Sack? I find it's so appropriate that Darren and Adam Lambert are doing The Man with the Sack.
It's called Everybody's Waiting for the Man with the Bag, you bleepy Elvis. Come on now.
It's everybody's waiting for the man with the bag. But you two, I mean, I could see you guys wearing smoking jackets and smoking pipes. And
That's basically what we just made a music video. And it's essentially that. We made a music video. I had this fun idea where I took it from Home Alone, but we're essentially just trying to like prank Santa. And that's what everybody's waiting for. We set up this like Rube Goldberg trap to trap Santa, and it is us in smoking jackets waiting for the man with the bag, not the man with the sack. You naughty boy.
By the way, Darren Criss is with us. His new Christmas album, Very Darren Christmas, is out. I want you to stream that immediately. Also, I do believe you're doing a show at the Beacon Theater in New York coming up in a few days.
Oh, thank God. I'm so excited. It's the one kind of like flagship show. And we just announced, and details are to come here, but we are doing a live stream of the show so that if you're not just necessarily in New York or any time zone around the world, you can tune into this thing, because I want it to be, Christmas is a worldwide event. So it's
definitely it's a Christmas concert. You're trying to rip
Christmas
off
concert. Yep.
You're trying to rip off Mariah Carey. What are you up to? She's the queen of the Christmas concert.
Yes, because Mariah Carey is the only person that ever had a concert where she sang Christmas songs. Yes, I'm trying to rip her very unique thing off. But yeah, it's at the Beacon, December 20th. The details are to come. You can just stay tuned if you want to like look up on socials. Use your internet skills to find that out. But yeah, I'm very, very excited because I'm doing the songs. It's first time like live for an audience for the public to come see songs from the album and a whole bunch of special guests and all that fun Christmas stuff.
Would we ever catch you doing Baby It's Cold Outside, or is that song a little too rapey?
No, I did that on Glee, man. That was my first and like one of my favorite songs from the show. I did that with Chris Colfer. Yeah, it's so cool. It's like one of the first and only songs to this day that I hear of myself in public, because like they don't play Glee songs on the radio, but because Chris's music kind of gets played wherever, they play that version that Chris Colfer and I did for that, and I love it. I think it's so cool because it's like two guys singing it, so it's got an extra special edge to it.
Let's talk about the Hippo song now. Gandhi, do you want to do it?
Oh, I could if you would like me to.
Wait, can I ask you guys a question? I need a survey here, because I think it's a regional answer. I've noticed that this is a very divisive song, not in if you like it or not, but if you know it. There are people that go, I never heard that song growing up. I have no idea what you're talking about, and I can't tell if it's like an East Coast, West Coast thing. Like, what did you guys grow up with that song? Scary,
yes.
You knew
yes,
it?
Absolutely.
Yep.
Gandhi, what about you?
Danielle.
I discovered it later in life, so maybe it is more regional. I don't know.
It's a weird song because I'm playing it for people expecting them to go, oh, what a cool, interesting, weird version of it. But there's been a whole percentage of people that listen to it go, oh, did you write this? And I go, I wish. Are you kidding me?
Classic American song.
If you don't know what song we're talking about, I Want a Hippopotamus for Christmas, originally done by the world famous Gayla Peavy.
Yes.
But listen, hold on. Sing along. Listen to Gandhi.
Okay.
You ready for this? Listen, Darren, you're on this.
All right.
I want a hippopotamus for Christmas. Only a hippopotamus will do.
It's like Miley Cyrus.
Don't want a dog.
Yeah, kind of.
No dinky
The vibrato
tinker
thing.
toy. I want a hippopotamus to play with
That's really, really great.
Thank you.
That's
Gandhi.
I thought I was so amazed because she was 10 years old when she sang that. When I heard that when I was a kid, I was like, what? 10 years old? That's so impressive.
Wow.
Yeah, she's 10 years old.
Speaking of old Christmas songs, what is the other one? The other day we played it. We had a confusing word in it.
Rocking around the Christmas
Brenda
tree.
Lee.
Brenda Lee.
Yeah.
You know, rocking around the. Do we have that?
Christy,
Yes.
have a happy holiday.
Maybe you can tell us
Feel
what
it
this.
when you-
What song?
Okay.
What word is she singing here? Do you have the? Do you have the isolated word?
Am I about to get punked?
No.
No. No.
What do
Okay.
you think?
Okay. Listen closely and see if you hear the same word we hear. Here, listen. But okay, here we go. Okay, it's coming up.
Oh no, wait, it's the wrong version of it.
Damn
Hold
it,
on a second.
Scary.
That's the wrong
We need-
version. Do some caroling. You will get a sentimental feeling when you hear voices singing "Let's Be Jolly," deck the halls with
No.
boughs of holly.
Oh.
No.
Maybe this is it here. Here we go. Darren Criss, we need your professional.
Hi.
Go back. Go back. Maybe, stop it. Scary. Pause it. God bless. Maybe we'll have what kind of pie is it? Listen to this word again. Here we go.
Later we'll have some pumpkin pie.
Pumpkin
Did you hear what we
pie.
heard?
What the
Ooh,
hell do you
I heard,
hear?
I heard the F word. Listen.
Later we'll have some pumpkin pie and we'll do
You know,
some
that's
caroling.
in the Philippines. That's what they probably hear because that would be because our P's and F's kind of get, you know,
Okay,
they're
all right.
interchangeable a little bit. So maybe that's I can hear some of my aunties hearing that, but I never once thought that. That's delightful. I'm actually mad I didn't think of that first.
I'm so sorry that we planted that. We planted
Maybe
that.
we'll have, but I also like how intent she is on having pie. I can relate to that. Maybe we'll have some effing pie. Yeah, Brenda Lee, let's do it. That sounds great.
So
Get some
Darren,
effing pie.
what are you and Mia doing for the holidays? What are you doing for Christmas?
We'll be somewhere snowy and cozy, and we'll probably be making Christmas cookies. That's been a new fun tradition that we've been doing with the family. I do it with my mom. That's from Mia's side of the family that I never did growing up, and now I do that with my mom because I never I don't know about you guys. I mean, everybody has their own little customs, but we just like make a bunch of sugar cookies and just spend all day like decorating them in all kinds of weird, wacky ways. Yeah, it's fun. It's a fun Christmas activity that I
Well, see
And
if
then
you
you
can.
eat them.
very much look forward to.
You
Yeah.
should.
Yeah,
You
well,
should
now
start.
I was just at my mom's and she's just playing the Christmas album on repeat, which is so sweet. And I appreciate it, but we're like trying to do stuff. And I'm just hearing my own voice, listening to myself sing, I want Hippopotamus for Christmas, being like, okay, I think we're good. By the way, that version that you guys played, because Hippopotamus sounds like hip hop, I made it like a hip hoppy version. That I couldn't have sounded less cool saying it like that. But I just sabotaged anyone's interest in it. But like I did a boom bap 808 version of that song because I was like, how if you heard this song your whole life and you think it's really weird, how can I make it new to where you hear it and you go, oh, this is something new and interesting. So I just needed to tie a bow on why you brought that song up in the first place.
Well, we're gonna play it.
Throw that out
We're
there.
gonna play
you
it.
are?
How you
Okay,
like
never
that? We
mind.
are gonna play it.
I'll let it speak for itself then.
All right. Look, before we play it, in closing, Darren Criss spending some time with us, talking about Goose, talking about Christmas albums, talking about making cookies. That's a tradition. Look, if Mariah Carey can do it and Bublé can do it, I could see you, if you want, going on stage to do at least one show every holiday. Just saying, it could be a new Darren Criss thing.
I would love to. I'm telling you, dude. We make Christmas albums. It's a long game thing because it's the only world when you put out an album where you could actually play that quote tour every year. If I put out an album in like March, just some like pop album, I'm not going to do that when I'm like in my 50s, being like, all right, I'm on that same tour. Everyone would be like, oh, that's kind of sad. But Christmas again is the only place people are like, yay. So I hope you're right. I would love to be doing this playing these songs for the rest of my life.
Hey, to be honest, Cher has been on her going out of business tour for 20 years.
She really has.
Yeah.
And I love her. Hey, so okay, one more thing before you leave. Okay, it's a very Darren Christmas. It's out now, but the Beacon Theater show on the 10th. Where can I go to find all the information on how to stream it?
You know, I would just say ask Mother Internet. She knows. I'm putting up all the ticket detail. I think today. I don't want to say something and misquote it, but you can look up the show, Darren Criss Show, live at the Beacon in New York City. whether you're in New York or not, because it is being live streamed. It's available to the whole world. But I'm really, really excited because it's the first time we're getting to play all these songs in one big place, one night only, just for the holidays.
I love it. It's a new tradition. I predict it's a tradition. A very Darren Christmas. It's out now. Let's do it. Darren, thanks for coming on with us.
Guys, I miss you. It's been too long. I can't believe this is the first time I get to talk to you, and for like just a little too long. So hey, Christmas came early this year.
It did.
The Mercedes-Benz Interview Lounge.